Analysis. Planet Earth is our home. Humans have never been on another planet, and certainly not another planet that can support life. If an alien civilization came here, what would they see? What would Earth mean to them? Imagine an alien spaceship reaching the Earth. Imagine them looking down at the Earth from orbit and wondering what the Earth's like. Imagine what they see and what they think of our planet. There is no definitive definition of what is north and what is south. This means there's a 50% chance that an alien civilization reaching Earth would think that Antarctica is the top of the planet and the frozen Arctic Ocean is the bottom of the planet. They would quickly map the Earth's surface and the map would resemble an upside down globe, but to them it's the right way up. Most stars in the galaxy exist as two stars orbiting each other around the centre of gravity that is common to them. The aliens' home planet may receive light from two stars, and in this case they would see the Earth as a very dim place. Earth may not be blue in colour to the aliens, because they may not be able to see blue light. Perhaps they see the Earth as a green and orangey colour. Or perhaps the aliens can't see green light and the green parts of the Earth appear as black to them. Perhaps the aliens would see the Earth as a very toxic place because water and oxygen is very poisonous to them. Maybe the life-giving solvent that is consumed by the aliens would not be water, but it would be hexane or some kind of hydrocarbon. Perhaps there are aliens visiting Earth, or they will visit in the future and they'll be astonished that there's life here at all, because their world is so different to ours, and they would find our world so toxic and poisonous. There is a very good chance that aliens would find us as a threat, because we're sentient beings and we're in the cosmos. They don't know what the future will be with us, whether we can be a future war to them or a future conflict. We'll fight over resources in the future. We rather foolishly allow very powerful radio signals to leak out into space. These radio signals travel all over the cosmos, and right now they're over 100 light years away from Earth, and there's many stars already receiving radio signals from Earth. If we know what's good for us, we ought to keep our heads down and not allow strong radio signals to get into space too much, because we can expose ourselves to the rest of the galaxy, to hostile alien civilizations who would see us as a threat, as another sentient being that might one day challenge them and attack them. And that wouldn't be so good. It's possible there could be a huge alien army heading this way as we speak, with a huge fleet of interstellar starships equipped with very powerful weapons. Most of the Earth's surface is covered with water, so if the aliens were to come, they would probably classify us as a water world, with a small amount of land added to it. Or perhaps they have another classification where you're both land and water, so you have land and water together as a mixture, or they have maybe a different classification altogether for us. Who knows? I mentioned earlier that the life-giving solvent that is consumed by the aliens may not be water. They may drink something like hexane, some kind of hydrocarbon soup or something like that, and they'll probably consider our planet like a desert to them in their perspective. If I was to tell you that the Earth is a giant iron ball, or a giant magnet, or a gigantic ocean of liquid iron, none of those things would be wrong. Alien visitors would notice these things and they're sure to be amazed by them. Perhaps they're reminiscent of their own world, and perhaps they're not. Maybe the home world of the aliens would not have a liquid ocean of iron deep inside. Perhaps they could see it with their instruments and in amazement. One thing is certain, aliens visiting Earth would look on the Earth as some kind of relic type thing on the past. The reason they would do that is because their home world would be changed beyond recognition. Because they have the technology to get here, they have the technology to change their planet, and to change their planet they would. Perhaps the atmosphere of the alien world has a very thin layer of material coating it, and this material helps the planet to regulate the temperature and stops disasters from happening. Or perhaps they've changed another planet that's inhospitable and made it more hospitable for them to live on, using terraforming and engineering. So perhaps when they come back to Earth, they'll see that the Earth is more like a planet they once knew, but no longer is. It's also possible that the alien beings in the starship may never have seen the planet themselves directly, because they've always lived on the starship. It's taken them so long to get to Earth, or to get to us, that when they see the Earth, it's the first time they've seen a planet. They're born on the starship and they lived on the starship, and they've gone through many generations on the starship. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. I hope you liked it. I'll remain diligent to make more in the near future. If you really liked it, then please feel welcome to subscribe or to follow where it's attached to. And until next time, I'll see you again.